Notification volume 0%.
Hello. Our special guest of honor, Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Nigeria to Portugal, Ngozi Ukaeje. Guest speaker, Pastor Elijah Joseph, pastor of the Evangelical Church. Invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Stephen Adeoye, Managing Director of CFL, Zukunft for das Leben, Germany. In my capacity as the chairman of this occasion, I'd like to welcome you all to this groundbreaking event of the first ever Music for Education charity event by Redemption International for the Blind, that is, visual impaired people. How many of you in this auditorium can read and write? Imagine you need this book. You will simply go to a bookshop or go online and order one or as many copies as you require. Mr. Ezurike cannot do this because of the following reasons. First, do you know that even in advanced countries, only 5% of all books end up being converted to the format that Mr. Sunny Ezurike and other visual impaired people can read? Secondly, in the developing countries, books converted to a format that Mr. Sunny Ezurike and other visual impaired people can read are less than 1%. It is most likely that this book has not been produced in Nigeria. Even if it is produced in another country, the current laws restricting the sharing of copyright materials across borders makes it extremely difficult to visually impaired people to access it. There are few organizations which produce books for visual impaired people in Nigeria. These generally produce at very low capacity compared to their European and American counterparts. Since the resources available for visually impaired people are so restricted, it is therefore our obligation to do everything in our capacity to produce books and materials for them worldwide. If this does not happen, visually impaired and print disabled people will remain less informed than their sighted counterparts. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why we are all here, to give glory to God and to celebrate the life of my friend, my brother in the Lord, Evangelist Sunny Ezurike. We are also here to pledge our energy, creativity, finance, and love to help achieve the aims and objectives of the Redemption International for the Blind. Redemption International for the Blind was founded by Mr. Sunny Ezurike in 2009, while he was at the University of Aberdeen, Scotland, as a postgraduate student studying law on human rights. The primary objective of the association is to advance the education of the visually impaired people and their general well-being. Mr. Ezurike, who is the president of the Redemption International for the Blind, has worked relentlessly using his own private resources to provide facilities relevant to the visual impaired people, academically and for their well-being. These include, but not limited to, laptops, desktop computers, fully equipped with a screen reader like JAWS, typewriters, guide canes, braille writing frames, braille papers, tape recorders, braille and talking wristwatches, signature guide, blind indoor games, talking Bibles. Please visit the website of this wonderful and magnificent association and see how much impact this organization has made in Nigeria since 2009. I hereby appeal to all of us present in this occasion to support Mr. Ezurike's effort in giving the visually impaired people their fundamental human right of education and well-being. I would like to conclude my speech with a quote from Nazir Ahmed, graduate, Vacation High School of the Blind, Kabul, Afghanistan. Quote, I am not a blind person anymore. I have enlightened myself with the light of knowledge and awareness. Let's pause a moment. Understand this young man. Just like we're moved to understand our dearly beloved brother, the president of this great association. Let's do all we can to support this cause. It is a cause indeed. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
A hand of applause for